Hi everybody, Levi Clay here, and I'm back again with another Rage Time video. Yes, here comes the rage. It has been a while since I've done one of these, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. Now, I should preface this by saying, and it's sad that I need to say this, but there is no hint of sexism behind this. The point of me doing this is nothing to do with men or women. It's to do with disingenuous information. It's to do with misinformation, or if you like, fake news. So what am I talking about? Well, in the news today, The Guardian, The Independent, Rolling Stone, you're just seeing it everywhere. Fender have commissioned a survey and the results of that survey are in, and they have found, shockingly, that 50% of all new starters on the instrument are now women. Awesome. Fantastic. That makes me really happy, actually, because I think that we should have a very inclusive community when it comes to playing instruments. I've always been very inclusive and I've been very active in moderating groups, and any kind of hint of sexism and people kind of being exclusatory towards women that were in the group resulted in instant bans, because you should welcome anyone into this passion that we have. Absolutely anyone is welcome. That's awesome. But what I take more of an issue with is misinformation. And it seems that this is misinformation. It seems that this might be a bit disingenuous. And why would that be? Well, before we deal with the facts of the situation, why would you look at this and go, well, that doesn't seem right to me? As I say, I'm very active in the beginners community, working for instructional websites, writing books, dealing with groups like massive tens of thousands of people, subscribed groups. I know my demographics on YouTube. I know the demographics for other people that do the same kinds of things that I do on YouTube. And when I speak to these people, when I speak to people that work in retail, when I speak to friends of mine that own music schools, what I'm seeing consistently across the board is that 50% of their students, clientele, viewers, however you want to look at it, are not women. So when you can speak to someone in music retail and they say, it's a really interesting survey, but actually, I would say confidently that 50% of the people that purchase guitars from us are not women. 50% of the people that come into our shop are not women. Again, I don't take one side or the other on that. It doesn't really matter to me. If women want to play guitar, cool, play guitar. If men don't want to play guitar, cool, don't play guitar. It's not, you don't have to be one or the other in order to play a musical instrument. So you immediately think, well, there's something not right here. And then you think a little bit about it. And here seems to be the problem. People are not engaging their brains. People are seeing this article and going, whoa, I'm going to share this. I'm so fucking woke. Think, people. Right, so Fender commissioned a survey. Now, I already checked all of this information before I did this video. But before you shared the story, did you check the information? Did you check to see how this was done? Think about it for a second. Fender commissioned a survey. Now, right off the bat, when you survey people, you either are going to see them face to face, or you're going to reach out to people that you already have contact information for. So if you see them face to face, you know immediately whether or not they're male or female. And if you reach out to them, you already have that contact information. Again, you already know whether or not they're male or female. Of course. Now, I wouldn't think for a second that they went out onto the street and asked 10,000 people, do you happen to play the guitar? And wait for the people to say yes and then go, awesome, are you a male or a female? And then the further questions that they went on to. Because that would be ridiculous. No, right off the bat, they have already reached out to people that they know play the instrument, probably people that they have contact information for, right? So it's almost like they actually have the ability to choose how many males and how many females actually get to respond to this survey, which already skews the results. Can you not see that? It's even in Fender's own press release. Now, none of the news sites are reporting this, are they? But if you go down to the very bottom of Fender's own survey press release, what you get is survey methodology. In the spring or summer of 2018, Fender commissioned a survey research project with Denver-based Egg Strategy that gathered responses from 500 aspiring beginner guitar players from the US and the UK. Before I continue, let me just point out, 500 people is not a conclusive survey on anything. Anything. I could literally get more results for a poll than that, a more representative survey, by posting a fucking poll on Twitter. 500 people is not anything that you write home about when you have an answer. What is that? 500. Let's do the maths, shall we? Calculator. So, should have planned this in advance, shouldn't I? But why not? So let's have a look. 500 is what percent of 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 million, 30 million, 7 billion. 500 is what percent? Oh, it's 0.000000714% of the population. Right. Quite a conclusive amount of people that you bothered to ask there. But it gets worse, actually, because the next part, and this is really, really important, from the US and UK, with a representative mix of gender, ethnicity, and age. So right there, under the methodology, you've literally admitted that you made sure that the people that you asked were a representative percentage of society. And as there are two genders, male and female, trans, small percentage. We won't go into that whole rabbit hole. Didn't mean to offend anyone by saying that, but point is, let's say, as far as Fender are concerned, there are two genders, so therefore a representative mix of those genders would be to ask 50% guys and 50% gals, right? And they talk about ethnicity, so we'd be talking what? 50%, well, it wasn't just UK actually, I was going to say British and then other, but that makes things very difficult too. And age, again, we need to ask old people, we need to ask middle-aged people, we need to ask young people, because it does just say beginner guitar players. So again, let me highlight that. This survey was only 500 people, and it was a representative mix of gender, ethnicity, and age. The key one there is gender. You don't get to do a survey to just 500 people and make sure that it's representative of both genders and then turn round and say to me that, wow, 50% of the people that took this, 50% of the young musicians in the country right now are women. It's misleading, it's disgusting, and you should do a better job of the survey. Fender, you are not woke. You're not getting any fucking brownie points from me for posting this. Now, to any women that are watching this, please, and I know it's a very small percentage, because again, I can see the analytics for my channel. Fender don't need to survey 500 people. Why don't you just track the amount of people that actually purchase stuff from your website? I'm sure it's more than 500 people, and I'm sure you have a note of their fucking genders, don't you? Was it 50% women that purchased stuff from your website? Come on, Fender, why don't you tell us that? Why did you need to commission this utter nonsense? Anyway, as I was saying, if you are a woman and you are watching this, I got these on my last video that I did on something similar to this. There was some great response from some women that do watch my channel. Thank you so much for playing the instrument. And I'm sorry that you have to be used like this. I'm sorry that Fender needs to use you as a way of showing off how great and modern and progressive they are. I wish that more people played the instrument. Not more women, not more men. I just wish that more people played the instrument. And I don't care if you are a man, I don't care if you're a woman, I don't care if you're a fucking squid monster. If you play this instrument, awesome, you rock. Fender, you suck.